I'm Zara, and I'm originally from Azerbaijan. I started my journey right here in Baku, and when I was 18, I started the first business with $200. Scaled it, bootstrapping, no investment, to a number of other businesses. And one of the main ones, I believe, was education for women, Wow Women, where we trained over 10,000 women in different skills from programming to entrepreneurship, digital skills, soft skills, everything in the hope to give resources to financial independence, and with that, the freedom of a choice and a say to be who they want to be and to do what they want to do. And after years of operations, Facebook chose us in the top 100 communities from around the world. Forbes included me in the list of 30 under 30 in Europe, and then COVID hit. And then I also happened to become a mother for the first time. And having some time to reflect, I realized that I really want to spend my time and resources on caring for the mother which is nurturing and feeding all of us, Mother Earth. So that's how I transitioned into climate change and reforestation. And today I want to speak about the background of who we are, what we're doing, and just to give a little bit of the practical tools that we developed into overcoming a number of bottlenecks that are in the front of scaling reforestation efforts. So being based with a headquarters in US, in Hawaii, we are actually working globally with 15 countries, 22 projects in 15 countries. Next. Our investors range from people that you probably know pretty well, founders of OpenAI, of YouTube, of Salesforce, Meta, all of these people really believing, hoping to invest into ways to scale. The team consists of over 100 people right now. When I just joined 4 years ago, I was in the first 10 people, and now we're over 100 people with a lot of expertise on forestry and carbon, and really bringing the tech startup mindset to find a way to scale reforestation. I'll drop this here. Next. So why forests, you would think? Well, I guess at COP, you don't need to be convinced that much how important those are. Next. But this solution is really one of the most scalable ones. Forests can scale to the multi-gigaton level without another decade of R&D. Like, we don't need to spend time researching. We just know that forests work. The question is, how do we get more and more of those? So with the mission to restore planet's forests, to capture carbon, to revitalize nature, and to build thriving communities, these are the different bottlenecks that we've been tackling. So there are 4 that we have identified that I want to speak to you about today. First is native seeds. There is no way you can easily access native seeds all across the world, especially in the biodiversity spots, and therefore finding ways to really collect them, bank them, support is one of the key bottlenecks on the way to scale. The next one is trainings, then it is transparency, and of course, financing. So I think we jumped through one more before. Yes. So I want to share this as a case study, as a practical tools that can be, were designed in a way that you can take them and use them as well. A lot of the tools that I'm sharing today are open sourced and free of charge. You can just literally go to the websites, just download things, use them, and make things happen, hopefully, because there is no one organization in the world, even if all of us are here today. That's the only way to really achieve the goals that we have. So the first one, infrastructure for seed banks. So we built this modular seed bank with solar panels that can be put literally anywhere in the middle of nowhere, where you can store up to 10 million seeds. 10 million seeds, if you can imagine it. It's, of course, the seeds can be this size, they can be this size, right? But roughly, with 10 million seeds, you can support 85 small-scale nurseries and restoration of 6,000 hectares for over 10 years. So this is a tool, an infrastructure, which is easy to use, and we have DIY how you can build it. We try to use as little tech as possible, so it's actually easy to build, and then can be used. The next one, the question is like, okay, how do I use it? How do I use the seed bank? How do I use seeds? How do I collect seeds? How do I grow seedlings? How do I plant trees? We can't just plant trees. We need to plant the right trees in the right place. So the capacity building and training is a big bottleneck in scaling reforestation. Currently, we have trained and worked with 22 foresters in 14 countries and designing forests from everything from restoration ecology to the carbon market knowledge, because that's how the funding is coming. I'm going to speak to it a little later. Next. So capacity building trainings cover restoration ecology, everything from species list, restoration best practices, planning and infrastructure. It is on carbon markets and operational readiness. Probably many of you have heard carbon markets, carbon credits being the buzzword right now. It's like a lot of funding coming through it right now. But teams on the ground, NGOs, communities, don't know. It's really hard to navigate through it. Myself being in this for 4 years now, it's still hard. So we really want to build together with communities from day one. So building this capacity, delivering this training so that we are on the same page. It's so that they really understand what are they signing, why are they doing, what it is that we're doing together is very critical, as well as stakeholder and community impact, all of this. Next, this is a number of different trainings that we deliver to really increase the survival rates and increase the best practices. All of that being tracked in the software. As one of the next bottlenecks that we already discussed about is tracking and transparency, right? Every funder, every project, we're all here, like literally every single room right now, delivering some kind of report, right? And it's a big challenge. Reporting and monitoring is a big challenge. So Terraformation built a software. I think next slide. Next. Trying to stay on track with the time. A software which tracks everything from seed to carbon, we call it, TerraWare. So there is a part, click, on seed collection. There is a part of seed banking and nursery management, and on plant tracking. So you can have the full way, everything tracked in one place, and this is completely free of charge, and the code is open sourced, so you can go on and work on it and use it. Next one. At the moment, there are 18 seed banks deployed with over 130 million, but this number is actually growing every day. So there's probably another millions of seeds which are being collected right now, with software being used in 30 countries and 68 organizations. So if any of you is running a restoration project, feel free to reach out at any moment. It's fully free of charge, and we are constantly improving it. Biodiversity is a key competency and something that we focus on a lot. Usually the carbon projects which are registered right now, if you look at the registry, the Vera registry, the average project has 1 to 7 species. That's not really a biodiverse forest. So the minimum criteria that we have is 10 native species, and usually it's many more in the project that we're running. And financing, the topic, right? Next, to put it all together, we started with the biodiversity. We started looking at the seed banks and the seeds problem and the capacity training program. But then at the end, nothing works without money. We do need to find a way to channel much more into the restoration projects. So we built this accelerator program from seed to carbon, consisting of a number of different stages, but which takes you through the process of starting from zero and going through all the capacity building program, building the feasibility study to be able to register on the carbon markets, to develop your project, and to attract investment. So this hopefully bringing and mixing both the private and philanthropic funding and accessing more and more. We are hearing big news here on the carbon markets, right, at COP right now happening. So hopefully more and more funding will be flowing through that. Going back to transparency, the software also includes a funder portal, which can show to funders at any moment, because that's a big question always, like, how will I know that this is happening? How will I know that that is happening, right? And that is a way to showcase that as well. Okay, so the 4 bottlenecks we went through is native seeds, lack of native seeds, and way to gather them and bank them, the capacity building, trainings. There is an online free trainings available on the website as well, and financing. And there's one more I'm missing. Which one I'm missing? Software. Yes. Okay, someone was listening. And software, tracking and monitoring is one of the key things. Thank you so much for having me, and please feel free to reach out at any moment.